Well, the defense is taking an interesting tact in the Scott Peterson murder trial. Yesterday in court, Mark Garagos brought up that Peterson had affairs with at least 2 other women in addition to Amber Frey. Does that discredit the prosecutor's theory that Peterson killed his pregnant wife, Lacey? Let's see what criminal defense attorney Ginny Walia thinks about this. Good morning. Thanks for joining us, Ginny.
It's good to be here.
All right, so no surprise he's a liar, but actually highlighting, no, Peterson had more than one affair. Is this a good idea, saying he had so many affairs he was not going to kill for this one? What made her unique? Is that the idea?
I think that he's been shown to be such a compulsive liar that this is a drop in the bucket. And the fact that they've brought this out, that, you know, he's had other affairs, it sure goes to discredit the thrust of the prosecution theory that he wanted to build a life with Amber, so he killed. He's had other affairs and she didn't go missing or dead in the past.
But what if the prosecution's theory, because, I mean, I'm sure that they'll wrap this up in a nice, neat package at the end. What if the theory was not necessarily that he wanted to be with Amber, but he just didn't want to be with Lacey, and so that's why he would have a number of girlfriends. He just wanted to continue life as a single guy.
Well, the other thing that came out yesterday was that he says not he, other people say those 2 affairs were way before in the past, near their college days, and he hadn't cheated on her for a while. And I mean, it looks bad to women jurors, it looks bad to anybody, that she's pregnant and she says that, you know, she's not feeling very sexual. It's not a reason to go have an affair. But I don't believe that, you know, that flies, that he needed to go kill her. He could have divorced her.
Right. What do you think about the fact that the defense was also arguing that Lacey knew about the affairs? Did that help Scott at all?
Well, it kind of puts more force in the theory that she knew about it. He says she knew about it, and she's made peace with it. So it's happened in the past. Another witness saying she knew about another one. Perhaps it is possible that she knew about this one.
Okay, so they've gone this far. What else does the defense need to do before it rests, do you think? I mean, they're trying to go through the list of 41 reasons that Scott would have been a suspect and counter those. What else do they need to do before they rest this case?
Defense needs to, well, actually, at this point, I'm not even sure they need to put on their case.
Yes.
Maybe they didn't need to do nothing, excuse me. What they need to do is, I mean, they've already done that with this witness, this triple hearsay, although the judge is going to offer a limiting instruction that, you know, don't use it for the truth of this testimony, that, you know, he was remorseful and all that, but just use it to determine the reasonable of this investigation. But those limiting instructions quite often not work. They stick with the jury, and I don't think Peterson needs to take the stand at this time.
Really?
Yeah.
You think they're done?
I mean,
they've done a good job, and you think that they've
everything
succeeded?
That came out through Inspector Grogan, Detective Grogan yesterday, was, you know, very, I believe, harmful to the prosecution.
Is there anything that the prosecution can do when it completes and wraps up its case that could help tie this together for the jury?
Prosecution just needs to keep doing what they've been doing, you know, connecting the dots and saying, look, there was this Bay connection, and we thought this is the reason he's been lying to you. Look at all these interviews. He's a compulsive liar.
Right.
And, you know, just connect the dots, and that's all they can do. There's no smoking gun in this case.
No. Do you think that well, you could say, I mean, there's kind of a little bit of a smoke in the argument about this woman who looked just like Lacey, who even had a dog with the same name,
right.
And maybe it was a big old bunch of confusion, and really that's what happened.
Again, that's another thing that helps the defense. It's a case of mistaken identity. This man who she had prosecuted wanted to go after her. I mean, this is pretty coincidental that a woman who's pregnant, looks like her, with the same dog with the same name, was being pursued by this stalker. And perhaps he mistook Lacey for her and went after her.
So again, how can the jurors be sure?
That's a lot of reasonable doubts to me.
Okay, thank you so much for your perspective. Criminal defense attorney Ginny Walia this morning. Okay, Tay, over to you.